Hi, Liz here from Hoosier Homemade. Today for Baking 101 series, we're going to talk about meringues. I'm going to show you how to separate an egg and how to make a meringue and how to put the meringue on a pie as well as cupcakes. So first up, when you're making your meringue, you want your eggs to be room temperature. So what I do typically is I separate the eggs and then I put them in the bowl and I leave them set out for a few hours. When you're separating eggs, try to crack the egg in the very middle. Sometimes it doesn't always work that way, but you're going to separate it carefully. And the way I do mine is I just kind of shake it a little bit, waiting for the white part to go into the bowl. Then just with my hands, I just kind of rock the egg back and forth, like that. Let me show you again. Show you a little bit closer here. Just going to shake it so that the white goes into the bowl and rock back and forth, hoping that the yolk does not go into the white part. You don't want any yolk, and this one's being aggravating. You don't want any yolk, and of course no eggshells at all when you're cracking, unless your meringue will not turn out. So now for the meringue, we're going to do this in a couple steps because it takes a while to beat up the meringue. Again, I have 4 egg whites in here, and I like using 4 because it makes the meringue nice and full. So we're going to add to the egg whites, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and a ½ teaspoon of cream of tartar. Now, if you don't use cream of tartar a lot, you want to make sure when you are using it that you have fresh, because it does make a difference when you're making your meringue. So that's a ½ teaspoon of cream of tartar. Then we're just going to whip it until it's fluffy and just real foamy and soft peaks form. Okay, so that's what you want it to look like, just kind of fluffy. Now we're going to gradually add the sugar. I have a ½ cup of sugar, and we're just going to gradually add it in just a little bit of it at a time. Get the rest of the sugar in here and beat it up, and I'll be right back in just a minute. Alright, we're back again, and I've added the ½ cup of sugar and whipped it for, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and you want it nice and stiff like this. You want it to stand up so that it looks like that. Now, meringue is kind of funny because it gets to a point where you want it nice and stiff, but it can also very quickly get overbeaten. Now, when I'm making a pie, I add the meringue to the very edge first. I'm not sure where I learned this. I think maybe it's one of my mom's tricks. But that way it seals the edge so that the meringue does not shrink. So you're just going to put it all the way around the edge like that. pile it in. Looks like you got meringue everywhere here. Now in order to get the nice peaks in it, I use the back of a spoon, and you just want to take your spoon and pull up like that. You can push a little bit. The more peaks that you have, the prettier it's going to be. So just work your way around the pie, creating the little dollops and the little peaks like this. So the last couple weeks we've been talking all about pies. In fact, pie-inspired cupcakes. So for tomorrow's Cupcake Chronicles newsletter, I am sharing these lemon meringue cupcakes. They are lemon cupcake with lemon curd and meringue on top. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and you'll get that recipe. Okay, thanks for visiting. We'll see you again real soon on who'syourhomemade.com.